Hello YouTube, welcome back to Wargaming. My name is Jack. I haven't done a video like this in a while. I wanted to give you my thoughts on the new Death Guard Codex and the new rule. Based on the title, yes, Death Guard players are angry at the new rules because they are too good. They are legitimately too good, and it means that Death Guard players cannot play against their friend without feeling bad, because the friend will just be demolished and then the Death Guard player will feel like they have accomplished nothing. So let's get into some rules and tell you what I think about them. Okay, so why am I releasing this video on Death Guard? Because normally I only do Eldar stuff. I am an Eldar player. I love everything Eldari. Yes, you are right. People in the comments, you know me as an Eldar player. However, I do play lots of other armies. I play Templars, I play Nids, I play Tau, I play all the other factions of Eldari. I play World Eaters and Khorne and all types of stuff. So, and we do have a Death Guard army, quite a sizable collection of Death Guard here in the studio, including Plague Burst Crawlers, Haulers, and Drones, and of course, this guy, Mortarion, right? So I'm not a stranger to Death Guard. We have 3 Death Guard players in the local group and on my team as well, and Death Guard are just broken. Like, in all my years of playing 40k, and I've been playing for 12 years, this is the most broken army I've ever seen. It is honestly ludicrous. The amount of buffs that they have been given is far too high. And I'm not complaining just because I play Eldar and just because I'm getting crapped on, which I am. I'm complaining because they are so boringly overpowered that any Death Guard player can build any unit they want, anything they like, and steamroll anyone. For example, and for context, our Death Guard player on my team, Tate, he's been playing Death Guard for 2 years, and yes, he is 16 years old. I played a game against him literally moments ago, which is why I'm recording this video now, and he was just running the models that he had, including this Mortarion. And he managed to beat me with the best list that I could run against him, with all of my painted models, which include a Cobra, which is a giant platform with a huge gun on it that is made to kill things like Mortarion, and many other floating tanks. And I played as safe and as cagey as possible, trying my absolute hardest, sweating, trying to beat him. A 16-year-old boy that's been playing for 2 years. And I've been playing for 12, and then I've played in maybe 10 to 12 different tournaments over the course of the last 2 years or something. And in the last tournament that I play, where I play Harlequins, I played 3 games, and 2 of those games I got 100 points. The highest, the max, against my opponent. And I still, against a 16-year-old boy playing Death Guard, got 31 points to his 96. He got the maximum amount of points that he could have gotten for all of his secondaries, including Bring It Down, which he only got 11 out of 15 for all of the vehicles that I had. And despite my poor rolls and his good rolls, with everything that I had, every ounce, every strategy, every reroll, I thought out my turn for maybe half an hour at a time, I still only got 31 points. This is the most broken army I've ever seen, ever made. And I used to play against a Grey Knights player after Matt Ward made the Grey Knights Codex, where any unit in the Grey Knights army could just activate their force weapon on a 4+ and then destroy any single model on the table instantly with no saves allowed by doing 1 wound. And this is worse. This is worse than that. There is nothing you can do against a Death Guard player at the moment. And I literally mean that wholeheartedly. Not to complain, and yes, I exaggerate a lot, but there is nothing you can do. Nothing. Mortarion, who was already good, became 20 more points, is now -1 to all damage, ignores aura abilities, still it does crazy amounts of psychic damage, has kept his 3 up, 4 up, 5 up on top of that, and is now also T8. This is stupidly overpowered. He also gives reroll all hits to a unit as well, if he wasn't enough, and then he gets 4 warlord traits, one of which he can pick at the beginning of the battle and tailor to any opponent. This is stupid, and even if you don't play with Mortarion, you can play with Plague Burst Crawlers, for example, which are T8. They have 2 guns which are D3 plus 3 damage, hitting on 3s, even in combat. It can shoot, hitting on 3s. They can fall back and shoot, they can move and shoot normally, because they're a vehicle as well now, and they literally just can't be stopped. T8, -1 damage, with a 3-up save, and a 5-up invulnerable save. And they're only 170 points or something? It's way too strong. Way too strong. The drones can't be killed. The Terminators, for example, can only be killed with weapons that are flat 4 damage. Flat 4 damage. Because they are 3 wounds apiece now, and then -1 to all of their damage. And they, on top of that, they can have a Plague Surgeon, which is their apothecary, right next to them, giving them a 6-up feel no pain. So you need flat 5 damage to reliably kill them. And they have 4-up invulnerable saves. And they're still only like 200 points, and they still hit really hard in combat as well. It is so ludicrously broken that anyone can literally just put their models on the board and move forward and just table their opponent, and they can't do anything about it. Not one single thing could be done to kill these units, and it is just way too strong. It's way too strong. On top of that, they have new strats, they have new warlord traits, and all of that, as they should, which are also ridiculously strong. There's one stratagem that you can use on any character, including Mortarion, at the beginning of the command phase, as long as they are within engagement range of an enemy unit. And they do 1 plus 2d3 mortal wounds for 1 command point. That's in between 3 to 7 mortal wounds for 1 command point, automatically, which cannot be denied. Why? Why, Games Workshop? This is the most broken army I've ever seen, and even if power creep is a thing, every army needs to now power creep to this standard, and if they do not, they are left behind and cannot be even used on the board, because there is no point. There is no point in even putting your models on the board against these armies, because you're just going to lose. You are going to lose. And if that's the way they're going to change armies for the future, then all of the other armies, while they are waiting to be updated, cannot be played, which doesn't make sense. So unless they FAQ a lot of this codex, which they are not going to do, Death Guard players are literally just going to win every single game. I've watched 4 battle reports online so far, and the Death Guard player has won every single time. Every time. Without losing more than half their army. In my game earlier against Tate, I managed to kill 750 points, including Mortarion, after shooting him with my entire army for 3 turns. Including the Cobra for 3 turns. And he only died on the 3rd turn. And I still only killed 750 points of his army. And he killed 2,000. He tabled me. That is so broken. Broken. And I'm sorry for ranting all video. It is a ranty video. I should have labeled it rant, which I probably did. And if you don't enjoy rants, I'm sorry. I don't like doing them. If you love rants, then, you know, you're welcome. But I have one more thing to say, which is, and there will be a proper announcement for this soon, coming soon. But we have a tournament up and coming here at the studio, a battle report tournament, which is going to be the biggest battle report tournament you've ever seen on the internet, on YouTube. Every video will hopefully be less than 30 minutes, maybe even 25, and there are going to be 8 players. And I'm quite worried about this tournament because one of these players will be Tate with his Death Guard, and there is probably no chance in hell that he will lose any of his games. And from the get-go, we will know that Tate is going to be the ultimate victor of the entire tournament. And if he's not, and he loses, then I eat my own words right now, and I'm glad to hear it. But if he does win, it won't be because of skill, and it won't be because of luck either. It won't be because he deserves it. it'll be because these models are so overly broken that he just wins by default, which is a crap way to win and a crap form of content. And I will be really depressed if that is the way it goes, and I hope it doesn't go that way. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name has been Jack. If you're a Death Guard player, then I feel sorry for you because you can't use your army unless you just want to table people. And everyone else, don't use Death Guard. Play your other armies because they're not fun. They really are not fun. Otherwise, my name has been Jack. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.